Like, write, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook. If you like to make a movie request on this channel, do so in the comment section below. And feel free to check out my other shows, Modern Classics, TV Treasures, and Geek Reviews. And check out my editorials. Hello, I'm Henry R. Mockingbird, your host with the mustache. And 90s month continues with a trend from the 90s, which was very popular, sports movies, particularly sports kids movies. During the 90s, sports kids films were really popular. There was something for everyone. If you were into baseball, you had The Sandlot. If you were into football, you had The Little Giants. If you were into hockey, you had The Mighty Ducks. And if you were into basketball, you had Air Bud or Space Jam, which we'll get to later down the line. So, what happens when you take soccer and take the cast of The Sandlot and put them together? Well, my friend, you get the Big Green. So, let's review this thing, shall we? Miss Ann, the school teacher, goes on a foreign exchange to the little Texan town named Alma. There, she's having a little trouble, or should we say a lot of trouble, getting the students to cooperate with her. So she gets them to cooperate by doing what else? Soccer. And convinces them to become a soccer team. The only problem with that is that these kids have never played soccer in their lives. So you could say Miss Ann there has quite the work cut out for her. But with every game, they get better and better at the sport. And they slowly become the Alma Nothings to the Big Green, baby. So, what do I think? Well, I like it. The film was directed by Holly Goldberg Sloan, who also wrote the script for Angels in the Outfield. There is a real feel-good scene. While the kids are playing soccer, it starts pouring rain. Do you think the kids want to stop playing soccer and go home? Hell to the no on that. They keep playing soccer in the rain. And the parents realize that they're going to get their kids home. They're going to have to drag them off the field. But then they end up playing soccer. Oh, sort of. They try to get them home, but then they end up kicking the ball and falling in the mud, getting soaking wet to the skin. They start laughing and smiling, and at that moment you feel like there's some hope for this town. Even the goat gets in, starts kicking the ball. And then it cuts to the bar with everyone reading soccer magazines and books. There's a really funny scene in where three of the kids come out with a lawnmower which looked like it came from the 70s with handles straight from a bicycle. They start chasing it, and then it ends up crashing through a fence, leading some cows to escape. So we have runaway cows. And they start eating the big green. And then one of the boys, whose name is Larry, comes by and he steps in a cow pie. And with cow crap on his shoe, he starts chasing them till the cows come home. The film begins with the kids, well, rather the boys, lying down in the grass while Squints throws Cheetos on them. No, I'm not kidding. That really is the kid who played Squints in The Sandlot. In this movie, he's named Evan, and he continues to pour Cheetos on the kids. And then he dumps all the rest of the Cheetos on himself, and they start feeding the birds. I'm guessing things were different before the advent of the internet. And then the teacher sees them, runs and grabs a hose, turns the hose on and starts running with the hose and starts soaking the birds away, but ends up soaking the kids instead. The teacher's name is Anne Montgomery, played by Olivia d'Abo, who also played Luminaro on Star Wars The Clone Wars. She's positive, she's a nice ray of sunshine. She's usually looking on the bright side for most of the time. And when the kids get bored, she grabs a globe and takes the lesson outside. We talked about Evan. Now let's talk about Larry, who is another Sandlot veteran, that being Ham. Larry has a tendency to see things, including knights, ninjas, zombies, Vikings, and pirates. The hell? Then there's Tack, who could burp the ABCs. No, seriously. Next up is Kate, who has the worst of luck. Her parents are divorced. Her father drinks, and she's often having to be the parent to him. But for the most part, and emphasis on most part, she tries to keep her head high, even though she's had the worst of luck. And hey, she tackles one of the players on the other team without knowing what tackle means. Next up is Sheriff Tom, or as the kids call him, Deputy Dog. He's a very charming kind of guy. He's always giving the kids a hard time, and the kids always give him a hard time. And it's Anna who gets him into the game of soccer. Anna asks him for recruits, and that's where we get our character Newt, who is cute as a button and is played by Bug Hall. No, seriously, that's his name. And he was Alfalfa in the 1994 Little Rascals. And yeah, I forgot to mention, Sheriff Tom is played by Steve Guttenberg, who was in 3 Men and a Baby. And last but not least is our villain, Coach Hoffer, who's a very slimy villain, almost akin to John Kreese. He's the kind of villain you love to hate. He always has that mischievous grin on his face. He's played by J.O. Sanders, who was also in Angels in the Outfield. This is a really feel-good movie. It shows how one small act can change everything. And for that, I give it 5 gold stars. I'm Henry R. Mockingbird, your host with the mustache, signing off. And by the by, what is the next movie I'm doing for 90s month? Damn! Put your hands together. Come on, clap to this. Gotta watch it. Put your hands together.